Hey guys, guess who it is? It's Fuberduge, and today we're going to be reviewing the Hasbro exclusive, the thrilling 30 years, boys, of awesomeness. Anyway, so this is going to be a review of the Armada 30th anniversary Starscream, as you can already see. No idea why they made this figure, since he has nothing to do with anything recent, because Armada ended a while ago, over 10 years ago, in fact, I think. But anyway, he does look kind of cool. Well, anyway, we'll just look at the box. He does have the warning and all this good stuff. The 30 has a nice little art thing. It has a half of a Decepticon logo and it says Decepticon right there. We come to the back. Well, it shows his vehicle mode, his robot mode, and his bio. It's short enough for me to read it. Disrespected by Megatron one too many times, Starscream decides to turn on the Decepticon leader. He once fought to earn honor in the eyes of the tyrant. Now he will stop at nothing to earn his revenge. Just a little practice at Victor Caroli's amazing voice work. Thrilling 30, Starscream, 2 Energon swords, which are those things, I guess. We have his tech specs. Notice that his courage is really low. That's pretty much all the back is. We got some stuff on the bottom here. We got Skywarp, Fall of Cybertron, and no idea who Scoop is, but whatever. We come to the other side. There's absolutely nothing there. And then we see in the background this comic, and I'm kind of interested in reading that. So let's get this thing open and see how cool he really is. Okay, here we have Armada Starscream, and he's looking pretty sweet. He does come with a few accessories, like his bullets were already in there, so they do shoot. So what you do is you push these back two things and they shoot, and they do go pretty far, so I would be careful to just push them back in there to get her back in, if it will go. Let's try this side. There we go. Slide these back in there, and there you are. You can move these yellow things forward if you so wish. These won't stick. There we go. So there is that. He does come with some swords, which I don't know. I never watched the Armada cartoon because I wasn't very interested in it. So I don't know anything about Armada, really, except for the Pokeformers crap and how they look for minicons and whatnot. So if anyone knows anything about Armada and you can tip me on anything, then that would be greatly appreciated. Anyway, he does come with Energon swords, as it says on the box. One of them is, however, loose, though. This one is pretty loose, and I don't know if that's just a problem with all of them, but this one, yeah, it even falls apart a lot. This one's pretty stiff, so what they can do is they can transform themselves like this. Just peg into place, and they look like, I don't know what they look like, but they look like something. Energon folded up swords is exactly what they look like. So what you can do with these is, you can see little holes in there. They just peg into the back of his wings. There's a peg there and there's a slot here, so just peg it there and it fits very nicely. It's molded in there for it to fit, as you can kind of see. So that's kind of cool. And he does look very similar to the G1 Starscream, I think, anyway. His face does. I'll get a close-up on his face. Very similar, I think. And what's kind of cool is on this one, these kind of act, I don't know what they're technically called, but they're like pieces on the G1 Starscream that stuck up like that. And these kind of act as that. And what they can also do is they can turn, and it can shoot you. Except the back looks kind of weird, so I don't really do that. So let's just get down to business and transform this guy. Oh, I forgot one thing. He does have a peg right here and here on his arms, and I believe he has them somewhere else. Oh, on the back here, there and there, for minicons to attach or whatever. So I don't have any minicons personally, so, well, I don't know if I do, honestly, but I don't think I do. So let's just transform him. So first thing we're going to do is, of course, flip up his nose cone. And then what we can also do is just flip in his hands real quick. What you do with his legs here is you pull these fins out like so, and then you can turn them like this. Actually, I think like that. You can fold his feet in. This one goes like that. This pushes in just slightly. It doesn't have to be in any specific spot because you can't really push it any further forward. So you just turn this. We'll just get all this junk all the way. We can actually turn this up. You turn this and it slots in very nicely. It doesn't really peg into anything. It just kind of sits there, but it does peg into each other right here. There are little slots and grooves right there. This piece right here you want to move down like so. And then what we can do with his arms, actually with his head first, just turn it down. I don't know if you saw what I did, but his head was up like this. You just push it down, and then you can kind of see it there. Push that piece up so it kind of hides his face. Next, what you can do is you can turn his wings like so, and then his arms peg into the wings. Little pegs. I'll show you on this side because I didn't really show you last time. There's a peg here. There's a slot right here. Just pegs very nicely into there. And they don't really peg into anything else, so there's his jet mode, and it's actually kind of cool looking, I think. It's more futuristic and whatnot. I do like his wings. They are in ball joints, so actually in robot mode you could have positioned them however you wanted. So he does look pretty nice in vehicle mode, I'd say. So some stuff you can do with him in jet mode is he has some landing gears here. You can just pull it out if you can. Actually, I'm pulling it out the wrong way. It comes out this way. So it just sticks out. It doesn't really have any wheels on it, so it doesn't roll really. He has some tabs here on his legs. Just pull those out. They pull out a lot nicer than his front one. So he can sit up like so. And as I said earlier, he does come with a comic, so I read it, and it makes absolutely 0 sense. I don't even know what it means, but what I got out of it is it's like a combination of all sorts of different universes colliding. I don't know. It has nothing to do with Armada except for Starscream. He's the only Armada character in here, I think. So I'll just adjust the camera and I'll show you a few of the pictures in here. So I like the cover though. It has a nice Starscream painting there. It has his Energon sword that says Transformers Generations. Of course, it's IDW since they pretty much do all of the comics nowadays. So here's the comics, and we'll read this real quick. The war for Cybertron is over. Now Starscream controls the planet, having banished the Autobots and the Decepticons from his city. In the far reaches of space, Rodimus leads the crew of a starship lost in search for the legendary Knights of Cybertron, while Orion Pax, the former Optimus Prime, pursues the renegade scientist Giaxis. I can't read that, but anyway. But all of these threads are about to be pulled together as Shockwave, the emotionless former Decepticon, enacts a plan eons in the making. So, no idea what that means. So here it kind of shows some interesting characters. We got, that looks like Galvatron, and that looks like Cyclonus. I can't tell who these other guys are. That looks like Robots in Disguise, Ultra Magnus from what I can see. I think you can make out Scourge back there. Anyway, some of this stuff just doesn't make any sense. I'll flip through this. It's just a bunch of random stuff that doesn't make any sense. I tried to read it. There's a Fall of Cybertron Shockwave, obviously. Some people look really weird in this. And then, I can't remember. He's from Beast Wars, but I can't remember his name. And then it shows Waspinator. And I think that's Metroplex back there. So anyway, it's just really strange. And then there's Starscream, of course, main character. So, I don't know, it's just a bunch of stuff that doesn't make any sense. Here's a picture where it kind of doesn't make sense, because I think that's supposed to be Ratchet. Ratchet dead. And then it shows Orion Pax, which is supposed to be, I guess he would call it Orion Pax because he doesn't have the Matrix anymore. And it shows Hot Rod back there. Cyclonus, no idea why he's on that side. Ultra Magnus. Swerve, I think. And, yeah, whatever. And no idea who this is. He's like he's not even a robot, so that doesn't make any sense to me. So, anyway, it's just a bunch of garbage. And then RC looks really weird. But whatever. It's like a zombie Metroplex. It's just a bunch of random stuff. I tried to read it. I didn't get it. Cover black is just black. So, anyway, that's enough of that. It made absolutely 0 sense to me. If anyone knows what in the world was going on, then you can tip me on what the comic is supposed to mean, but besides that, I have absolutely no idea what it means. So, I think that's all there is to say about this guy. Actually, what I could do is get a size comparison. So here is Armada Starscream, and here he is next to Springer, the Generations version. So Springer's obviously a lot bigger. He's about the deluxe size. I'm sure he's the deluxe class. I don't know if he's deluxe class or not, because he's kind of bigger and kind of out of scale with all the other deluxe class figures. He's obviously not a Voyager. He's not tall enough to be a Voyager, but I don't really know. So that's kind of how big he is. He's I forgot to do size comparison in robot mode, but if you have, like, say a Generation Starscream that looks like the G1 version, or even Reveal the Shield Rodimus, or Classic Cyclonus, or any of the Classics or Generations figures, that's pretty much how tall he is. Or even Fall of Cybertron. Yeah, like all the Fall of Cybertron figures minus like Blaster and all the other Voyager class figures, that's pretty much how big he is. So anyway, I want to thank you for tuning in. This has been Fuberduge. Check out my videos, and please subscribe, please comment, rate my videos. I'd like to hear about your opinions on my reviews, and also check out some of my stop motion videos. They took me a while to make, and now they're on the web, so if you want to check them out, I'll put a link in the description below. And if you want to get this figure, I'll also put a link in the description below. So, I want to thank you again for tuning in. Keep playing, guys. This has been Fuberduge signing out. See you later. Instruments of destruction.